In this video, I want to explain you how you can use your traffic in your website to your fullest. Right now, I'm pretty sure that you're getting only like 5% conversion rate at maximum. And we are gonna look at a way of how you can use all the other traffic which is leaving, how you can qualify them. And if it's qualified and if it's your ICP, then you can contact them using different methods. Let's get into it. By the way, I'm Jorge and I run linklemon.agency. And we do these kind of projects for other companies where we run automation and AI to make companies more efficient and also to make them more money. So let's get into it. I'm pretty sure right now your current scenario is looking something like that. So you get your traffic, which is very valuable. It's very difficult to get traffic into your website, right? Maybe at best 5% of that people is giving your data, right? Because they're interested. Maybe the other 95% are not being identified by whatever reason. And that's really a shame because you're losing a lot of traffic, which could be within your ICP. Not all of it is going to be within your ICP, but a lot, or maybe like a 10% extra or 15% extra is going to be within your ICP and you're missing it. So now I want to show you a way of how we could transform this to identify those people and try to make a contact with them and nurture them for the future. So for this, we are going to be using a tool called RV2B, which is this one here. And I have to say, this tool is only working in the USA. So it's only identifying those customers that have data. Not all of your visitors are going to have data. But if they have it, you can trigger them through a webhook and then it will show. And by the way, we are the exact theory that we are doing right now. I'm going to show you also how to apply it in a workflow that we're going to be doing live in make.com. So we identify that contact. If it's from the USA and we have the information, RV2B is going to trigger the information to us. And basically, it will give us information such as email, it will give us the company name, and it will give the LinkedIn profile. So then we will scrape the profile. For this, I use an API from Rapid API. It has a lot of APIs and it's honestly very good. So I really recommend you to check it out because it's not only for LinkedIn, but there's like a lot of things that you can scrape through there. It's quite similar to what Apify uses. So you can check one or the other and see which, depending on your use case, you can use one or the other. So then we have the profile scraped. And then we're going to use an agent here to qualify the prospect. Basically, this is going to be a very simple use case. I haven't trained my assistant or anything like that, but for your use case, if you really want to develop, you should train it, you should give more data, you should give more context, and then it will make better decisions. But basically, for this particular very simple use case, we're going to qualify and assign a number based on location, industry, and how many employees the company is having. So then we say, okay, are you qualified? Also, you could do, for example, position, right? Which is also very interesting if you're targeting operations managers or whatever. So let's say no, if they're not qualified, then the loop will end and we don't continue. But if yes, if you're qualified, I propose three ideas that we can do. First, we send them an email. And for me, my preferred choice is Marlead. It's honestly, for me, the best one in the market because of the APIs and all the integrations it has. They're doing a great job. So I really recommend you guys to do the integrations with this tool. Then also, once we send the email, I propose that we use LinkedIn Flow tool. In this case, we're going to be using HeyReach. Also, I love this tool. They are doing very, very good things and their integrations are pretty good. And what I propose here is that we send a connection request, then we do a flow, right? In HeyReach, and we do things like we send an email or like a private message after 2 days, 3 days. But basically what we're gonna do is add in the lead so it can be nurtured in the tool. And then in very special cases, let's say your ICP is 10 out of 10, it's perfect. And you really want to contact them because you really feel that you have like a really, really good chance of working with them, then we can call. So if it's less than a 10, we will not call. This is an idea. You can adapt it however you want. But if yes, then we will scrape the telephone through Better Contact. Better Contact is a tool that allows you to enrich contacts. And in my opinion, and what I've tested and also talked with other people, is the best on the market to get phone numbers. So in this case, we need phone numbers. And that's why we are going to be using Better Contact. And then we have two choices. Depending on the level of interaction that you want, we can push the contact to an SDR sales agent for them to call, or you can also do an AI voice agent, which is very, very interesting. They are getting very, very advanced. My preferred choice in the market is Retail AI. It's really, really, really good. I'm gonna be doing amazing things in the future, you will see. So, but this is really up to you. So if you've got a good SDR sales agent team, then you can also push it to there. So how is this done? I've prepared this little flow for you. You can see it's very simple. It's so powerful. It's beautiful. For me to explain a little bit what we are doing. So whenever we receive data from RV2B, we are going to be receiving something like that, right? So in my case, putting my data, and what I will have is Jorge del Castillo, what position is the prospect, what company it's working for, the email, the LinkedIn, and where's the location. Then we will use Repit API, and here we will scrape the LinkedIn profile. And then you have like a lot of things that you can also use. I'm not using it right now. From here, I'm just using the company link for the next call. But there's a lot of things that you could use to personalize the email, as we will see in a bit. So once we have scraped the LinkedIn profile, then we will scrape the company. And here is where we are gonna be doing the qualification of how good this prospect is going to be for our company. We get the employee count, we get the industries they're working for. In this case, it's software development. You can use whatever if you have information about funding, locations, and yeah, basically what they're doing, right? So then once you have that data, then I'm using just a simple ChatGPT completion, but I really recommend, like I said before, that you train an assistant on the data and you really make it very, very, very good. So then it qualifies like a pro, like a real human being according to your needs. And this is the power of AI agents. So my prompt is very simple. I just simply say, please qualify the following company based on the following criteria. Output should be a number from 1 to 10, and it will be the sum of 3 categories. So basically, I have number of employees. It will assign a number 1 to 3. Then we have industry. It will assign a number of 3 to 0. And then you have locations. And here it will assign a number of 3 to 1. If it's United States, it will be 3. Otherwise, it will be 1. And if everything's on the top, it will add up to 10. Here I'm putting manually San Francisco because we don't have a location in LinkedIn right now remotely. You can find like a lot of way arounds of how to get that location. If it's remote, you can assign a variable and do a lot of stuff there, right? Okay, so now we have this. And what I've put here, I've put a filter. So basically, if it's greater than 4, it qualifies, and we're gonna be sending an email. Here is the same. Right now, I have them disconnected because we're not using this API call, but basically it will be this. So you will need to create a campaign within Smart Lead and then push that lead to the campaign with the data, with the email, with the first name and the different variables. And this, if you are interested, we can leave for another video. Also for HeyRich, it's kind of the same. So basically, you use this endpoint and then you pass all the information that you have to the tool, but this could be done for another video because otherwise it's gonna be too long. And then we also have what we talked about, right? So better contact, which basically I'm scraping the different data, and then in this case, because I will be using an AI voice agent, I'm pushing to a webhook here. So whenever the qualification is bigger than 9, or meaning you can also put directly 10, it will trigger this other scenario with the webhook, and then it will scrape the phone number, and we're using Better Contact for this, and then it will do a phone call. It will call the prospect with the trained agent that you have prepared in Retail AI. And this is super powerful. This, you cannot imagine how powerful it is, because right now with what this workflow automation it's allowing you to do is that you are contacting as a lot of people that otherwise it will be skipping down the funnel at scale, and you're not going to be 100% successful with this. But even if you're rescuing 5% or 7% or whatever, or 3%, it's a lot of money that you're rescuing for your company that otherwise will be lost. So I did a trial before. And this is how it works. So basically I receive the information, I script the profile here, then I script the company, and then, for example, for me, it gave me a qualification of 8, and therefore it will go through this one and this one, but not the better contact and the Ace Voice agent. And here I did a prompt, but again, this I cannot get in depth because for this I will need 2 hours video, because this is how we're gonna personalize an email and how we're gonna craft it based on different prospect. Probably you will need an assistant and a lot of things to really make the first personalized and human, and with a human touch. You don't want to feel it like robotic. So right now I've put like a super general prompt, generate a personalized email for this product based on the flow information. You can really make it like if a human or your sales SDR was writing the email trained on your data. But I cannot go over this because it's very long, and I can make a video in depth if you're interested for the future. So yeah, this is how the flow is looking, and this is how you can really get advantage of all of that traffic that is escaping through the funnel in order to make it very interesting for your website. So let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments if you like the video, if you can make use of this for your business, and also let me know what other videos do you want me to produce. I'm going to be doing 2 videos per week on this kind of content, so everything's going to be very educational. Looking forward to seeing your comments and seeing you in the next video.